we're back. What's up, everybody? Carolina Keith, regular Keith, Professor Keith, just Keith. I don't care. I crashed my car into the bridge. I don't. No, not really. I'm just being stupid. Good to see everybody, man. Thursday night. One more day of July. Boy, it's been a brutal month. And I don't just mean chart-wise, dude. It's been smoking hot here in the South or in upstate South Carolina. We've hung out really high temperatures for a long time, well over 95 degrees. We tickled triple digits multiple days. The humidity was high, no rain at all, and then all of a sudden we got a couple days of rain like it was going to be a good thing, and then no more rain. Bro, Cleve, what's good?
Damn.
Good to see you, my friend. Got the Chinese yes on there. I don't know why. Listen, so you guys are going to notice this. Hold on, I'll get to it in a second. Thank you all for being here. Welcome. Welcome to Charts After Dark. If you haven't done so, please go hit like. It costs absolutely nothing. It's free. Share it around to your friends. Put it on your social medias so they can all see what we're doing here. We learn, we teach, we grow, we do better. That's the whole purpose of this channel. Always has been, always will be. Take it or love it. Take it or leave it. You got what you get with me. It's always going to be data, charts, less opinions, more facts. Shout out to Cleve. Have you noticed that? I think I read a thing about it, but Google has basically turned over the search engine and the predictive text reading, etc., to AI and lets AI do it now, rather than a person trying to skim through or flag things or do things. They just let AI do it. I accidentally typed in some gibberish the other day in the chat, and it did Chinese words for me as if I was attempting to write Chinese words. Clearly, I wasn't. I know like 5 Chinese words, and I kind of forgotten most of those since I haven't been in China in several years. But it just done that multiple times. It's super weird. But whatever. Just something I noticed multiple times doing it. I'm not saying it's necessarily a good or a bad thing. Just noticed it. Glenn said, been working on my property, bush hogging, tree pruning in this heat, bro. I get it. I'm out here every day in it. What's up, Cheese? Good to see you. What's up, Pugio? That's Cleveland. Good to see you, brother. So let's get into some charts. If you haven't done so, like I said, hit like. Also, don't be afraid to drop a comment. Let us know where you're watching from, what you're looking for. If you have a chart that you want to have analyzed, put it in the chat and we will have no problem pulling it up on the screen right here and analyzing it in front of everybody. When we get to it, which we're not there yet, but when we get to the October, November big sell-off, the last push down, wherever that is, we're going to have a very long live stream then. I'm going to go over tons of different assets, charts, equity, stocks, bonds, Forex pairs, crypto. It doesn't matter what it is. We'll do a marathon stream, and I'm talking about a ton of charts. All of it will be recorded and put into the historical documents, so it'll be thought of and counted as we move forward with our new bull run that'll start at the end of the year, right? That's a big plan I've got. Got a special bottle over here when we do, and we'll bring back the old whiskey glasses and stuff, which I haven't done in a long time, right? Things have been grim, and I don't like to celebrate when things are bad. I like to celebrate when things are good. Yes, it'll be bad when that big sell-off happens, but that'll be a celebration of us buying the bottom to be ready. All right, so we got BNB. I can do BNB, absolutely no problem. She said ni hao. Nice. I see what you did there. Yeah, ni hao, shisha is thank you, and a few others. But I can't really remember all of them. Oh, that is right. Good to see you, brother. That's right. He said, Cleve said, we're coming up on the part of the cycle where I met you in. Nice. What's up, Terry? Hey, Terry's on here, bro. What's up?
Bruh.
Good to see you, my guy. We're going to get Zoom meetings started back soon, too. It's just not as many people showed up to them, so we stopped doing them because I wasn't going to do them if there wasn't going to be a bunch of people in there talking. It gets weird talking to the same person all the time, you know what I mean? Clint said, bless you. That's pretty good. Yeah, I'm curious of what's going to happen, but at the same time, I'm anxious to get there, so I'm not afraid of it. That's the difference. So let's start with Tesla here, all right? My goodness, has Tesla been rotten over the past little bit? Is nitty gritty AI? That's pretty good. Tesla's been gritty here the last few days. Big sell-off. People like to blame earnings, but for what it's worth, it's been going sideways and down for quite a while, right? Didn't make a new high, tried, failed, swept, failed, dropped. Par for the course. I managed to DCA this and get some down low here. It's worth noting that while we have some green here, I don't necessarily know that we're looking for a reversal just yet. Note the RSI. I talked about this, but in a general sense, not mandatory, but in a general sense, when you are oversold, which Tesla was, as you can see, that is the first time it's been oversold since March 2025, early March 2025, so really a year and a quarter. You look to find a place to buy when you are oversold, and that's underneath that shaded area down here. The opposite of that, when you are overbought, when you're above the shaded area, you look to sell or to take profits. You don't have to, but it's the place where you start to find a level where you go, all right, I might need to go the other direction here. It doesn't mean that you have to. It doesn't mean that you should. It should just means, hey, let's start the process here. That's the way I use it. It's worked really, really well for me over the years. It's not perfect. Okay, it's not perfect. Likewise, look at this MACD. This is the most divergence that you've had on the MACD for Tesla on the downslope that I can find. I haven't seen divergence like this on Tesla since 2023. Look at how far apart your two lines, your MACD and your signal line here are. Incredibly wide divergence. And when that happens, those lines tend to come back together quicker than not. All right, it's just the way it is. When you get a lot of divergence, they tend to come back together. All right, you can go back and look historically and you'll see the same thing. For the first time, we've seen some sell volume start to come off in a meaningful fashion. Yes, this thing is buried. And do I think, oh my gosh, I got to go buy that? Not necessarily. We don't have any foolproof evidence here that it's necessarily time to go, right? We're still well under the 8 EMA. Still not in the spot you want to be in, right? Stuck. Needs to be over that 8 EMA, 2 closes in a row before we can even really think about it. Furthermore, we're underneath the trend line here. As you can see, that's a clear-cut downtrend. And as long as we're under the trend, we better be careful. Being under the trend is risky buying. Risky buying. It's likely that this thing chops sideways for a while before it does anything important. Can it chop sideways here and break north? Yes. Can it chop sideways and go south? Absolutely. So be careful here, all right? I've reserved money specifically for this, and this is exactly what I was looking for, all right? Got your sell off, go. Still haven't hit that $600 mark like I think we will. Still waiting on it. Love to see it. Hasn't happened yet. Terry said, just wearing my short shorts until about the end of summer. I think that's a good idea. He said, no, Alvin looked at it and knew what you read. It's pretty good. Oh, it's nitty gritty. Al, no, nitty gritty is Terry, bro. Just Terry. Put it in reverse, Terry. Hey, that Terry. Good to see y'all on here, dude. I like having people to talk to, so it's not just me talking like a dummy. I hate that kind of crap. Hold on, I got a request here. Pop it back on the screen. Bam. There we go. I'm multitasking on the right side over here. So other than that, you don't have anything else really good to look forward to. You still have a big gap that needs to close. Could take a long time for that. Ichimoku cloud and pivots, they're all bad. Your moving averages are still bad. Your Bollinger Bands, you are still on the inside of them. So since we are on the inside of the bands, after that sprint down, it is more likely than not that we run back to this midline that is slowly peeling its way back down here. Now, where's that midline going to end up? Probably going to end up on the trend line over here. Is that a bad thing? It can be, yeah. If we get another bearish test on this trend line and fail, well, that's going to sting some people's nuts out. I get that. But part of the game is it ain't always going to go the way you want it to. If I scroll out to a higher time frame here, stick it to the weekly, you blew right through that 100 moving average and you have not back tested it yet. Now, that Bollinger Bands that I just showed you sort of lines up with that, but not exactly. So we'll see in the coming days whether it starts to change. It is of note that we are just one day away from a new month, and that new month will require a wick on that candle when that new monthly fires up. So we're going to get a wick. Will that wick be down or will that wick be up? I would prefer a wick down. And the reason I say that is if you can get the wick on the bottom of the candle early, well, then you got a chance to flip that thing back green and get it moving. You put a wick on the top of the candle early, that can be really, really opposite of what you want. It can really, really take us down the other direction. Don't want to see that. So be mindful of the new month. It was a brutal month for Tesla. That's the worst month Tesla's had since March 2025, right? Very, very little buy pressure on the bottom. Will tomorrow bring some more buy pressure? So far, it's up 6 points overnight. So one would say there's a chance that we see a little bit of a wick up here. And back testing that 821 EMA just kind of makes sense as well. So some short-term green here for Tesla makes sense. The big proof, breaking the trend line. I know who Terry is. That's great. We just humble potato farmers. If I see XRP holds above 1.08. Interesting you say that. Let's kick it over real quick. We've already done Tesla. We got a request for BNB, and then we'll do XRP after that, right? So BNB. I'm glad someone mentioned BNB because I think it was, the test and the retest is exactly what I think was going to happen, Glenn. BNB just shot up today. Just today, it bounced over that 50 and 821 EMA that it's been consolidating underneath here. You had all this sideways consolidation that went much of nowhere. And then today, bam, it shoots over the 821 and 50 moving average. Makes a short-term high right there. Do you see that? It's a short-term high. Nice. The weekly is now pressing into the 8 EMA. Got to come up here and break that 21 to really, really prove it. But I like the improvement here. It's needed to do something. Question is, how far up do we go before we reverse back down and find either our low or our double bottom coming up at the end of the year here? Well, we can go from this wick high. We can pull down here to the low. Now, that might not be enough fibs yet. We're still kind of in the dark about that. But the golden pocket right here lines up with this weekly 382 fib that you see right over here. So there's some confluence of that area. That's about 650. The problem is you've got the 100 moving average and the 200 moving average sort of in the way here. So that's the short-term 382 at 600 and the 50 fib at 632. So I think both those markers stand a chance to get tested. Turns out the weekly 21 EMA is right there around that 50 fib as well. If we step it back all the way to the top of the bull run with these fibs, like so. That makes a little bit more sense, but not necessarily a lock-on type thing. That same 650 to 660 level is still right through there at the 236 and 382 combined, right? Overall bear market plus a potential reversal back. That level's got confluence. That also lines up with, I know it doesn't line up, it's in between the 100 and the weekly 50 that are kind of diving down, and the 21 EMA's under it, weekly 100's over it, so it's sort of a no man's land right through here. That lends me to believe that 650-ish could be a confluence level that kind of slows us up some, but short term, you're getting some green here. Again, I think it's a little bit of a ruse based on the fact that we've seen the new year bring in extra lows. Now, that doesn't mean the big Binance coin can't do its own thing. We've seen that do its own thing before as well. And if that's the case, let it ride. But good day today. Good day today. Breaking the 8, 21, and 50 moving averages is a good thing. Moving averages are starting to bunch back up. As they bunch up, volatility will ensue. I'm hoping that's in that October to December area, which will sort of be over here in time. All right. All right, let's hit XRP. All right, the greatest digital asset ever created, interledger protocol, nostro vostro. All right, The flywheel effect. Cross-border remittances. It's got to stop. It's got to stop. All the silly tag words and buzz phrases and everything else you can think of doesn't matter. Never has, and it never will. Why would the government allow a private company to handle all of its transactions when it could just do the same thing and you wouldn't be able to do anything about it? Right? Exactly. They're just going to do something similar or the same and move money digitally that way instead of using the antiquated SWIFT system that I will agree is antiquated. That doesn't mean SWIFT doesn't work. SWIFT still works. But that means nothing for the price. Nothing. If you're to believe that the government is going to hand over everybody's money to a private company so that they can move it, you're on that good shit. All there is to it. Anyways, as far as the chart goes, you're still stuck under the 821 and 50 moving average as opposed to what I just showed you on BNB. Right? BNB broke that 821 and 50 today. Guess what? It hasn't. That's right. The greatest digital asset ever created. Don't need to have my 5-year-old draw you a picture. Yeah. Still stuck. Still hasn't done anything important here. Looking at our weekly, still sort of the same. Still pinned underneath that 200 moving average, pinned underneath the weekly AEMA. More consolidation ensues. I think short term, this thing can still get up to $1.25 or $1.30. Doesn't mean it will, and it doesn't mean it'll do it anytime soon. I think it happens somewhere around September. We'll see. It just hasn't had any volume or any juice to push this thing over the limit here and get it moving. Then even when it does get moving, it's got a lot of traffic to get through. This red zone right here will act as resistance, which is sort of the reason I drew the price action out the way I did. Sort of lines up with my belief that we'll have one more sell-off and or low tickle here coming up before the end of the year. That resistance level sort of lines up with it and shows that you're going to play ping pong with it for a bit. Yes, I do believe there's an opportunity next year, especially around late spring, early summer, to get in and get some profits by then. A slowdown will ensue. Unfortunately, that's how it is. You're not going to want to hear that, but it's always done that. That slowdown leads to the go point. That go point will be right through here, spring to summer 2028, from halving somewhere. Usually we get a drop at or after halving because it follows Bitcoin. But then you'll see XRP find its footing. I expect it finds its footing in the summer of halving year 2028. And I expect we run up here to this green box. That box says sell here. Why does it say that? Well, I think that's the timeline where we're going to top out. That'll be mid to late 2029. I think summer to fall more than spring to summer, but we'll see. It's usually about 400-ish days from halving when XRP kind of peaks out, which is sort of following Bitcoin, then doing its own thing for a bit. It's happened every single time, all 3 times. It's done nearly the exact same thing. Good to see you, Cody Kinsel. What's up, my guy? What's up, Well Daddy? What's up, brother? Good to see you. You guys don't get it. Cleve said, you guys don't get it. I fully get it. That totally looks like an arcade game. Exactly, it looks like an arcade game. And that's exactly what it's going to do. It's going to pinball and bounce around. Hate it is what it is. Go back and look at every single cycle doing the exact same thing. Pinball, 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 pinball. Finally, it goes after halving. And the one before that, pinball, 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 goes after halving. And the one before that, pinball, 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 goes after halving. In fact, this is the chart I use to teach with when I do private consults. This is the segment, the most technical part of XRP was right through here when everyone else said it didn't work. So use this chart for years. It's mathematical as it gets, and I hope people start to learn that. I really hope they take advantage of it and get those profits, get that good buy-in, and then get those profits when it really, really matters. People won't listen. I've learned that the hard way, you know. If you guys remember, we used to have 1,000 people on these streams. It was crazy comments flying in, tons of people watching. It was getting shared all over social media, getting 10,000 views per video, which was crazy. We're way down from that. So next week, I'm probably going to go off the cross-platform streaming just to try it. I'll do the scheduled streams again like I used to just on YouTube, where they're scheduled on YouTube, and then I share them out to the other sites and then put the clips on the other ones. I just put the clips on over on X, and I'll put the clips over on Rumble. I think that'll be a more clean way to do it. It's just not many people watch on X anymore, and hardly anybody watches over on Rumble. So I can put the clips over there and get better viewership, I think. We'll do the scheduled streams on YouTube, and then we'll do clips over on X and over on Rumble. I think it'll be better that way. Also, I've been sharing the instructional videos around a little bit. If you don't know what the instructional videos are, well, let me show you. This is a TA list right here. Instructional videos from the ground up. They're free. All you got to do is try. I will copy and post that right down here in the chat for everyone. Simply click on the link right there in the YouTube chat and in the X chat right here. Bam. What's up, Cha-Cha? Good to see you, brother. There you go. That is a free list of technical analysis teaching 101. Start with TradingView, how to use TradingView, the basics of TradingView Part 2, the basics of TradingView Part 3, and then we go on and on and on, right? The first 3 are just showing you how to use TradingView, and really it's the first 5 shows you how to use TradingView. They're 5 to 8 minutes long each, right? Second one's 10 minutes, I get it. And then you get down in here to the basics of charting, right? Psychology and rules, candlestick patterns, trend identification, trend confirmation, which is the same stuff you see me talk about on these live streams all the time. Basics of support and resistance, how to manage your risk and reward part 2, because it's important. Basics of charts part 8, moving averages. You see me use moving averages all the time. There they are. There's a reason, right? Because they work. It's simple. It's not the most effective, most amazing thing ever, but they're simple and useful. And that's why I do them. EMAs, exponential moving averages. That's that 821 EMA, the MACD, the RSI, the Bollinger Bands. Literally everything I just talked about using on these charts, I have an indicator video or an instructional video for you to watch right here in front of everybody. No excuses. Get after it. It's free. Why not? What else you going to do, right? Oh, I'm going to go goon to Sophie Rain videos. I'm not stupid. I know what you guys do. I've been seeing these people who have magically broken the code and put vertical hash lines for halvings on charts. I'm like, my God, I've been doing that for multiple months. Oh, yes.
Damn. Come on, man.
You can't stop stupidity, brother.
Bruh.
It is what it is. Whenever you see people doing stupid stuff like that, just look at them and go,
What the hell is even that?
and just
What?
giggle about it, because you can't do anything about it. And then when they try to tell you that the price is gonna go to really, really high numbers and do crazy things, go,
Gotcha, bitch.
no, it ain't. We know better. That's a trick. You're lying to me. And then when they try to kick you out and tell you that you're a liar,
Bloody fuck you, bloody.
that's what you say back to them. All right, let's hit some more here. We haven't talked about SpaceX. Oh, Aerodrome. I'm sorry, I'll do Aerodrome. 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 It's not Aerodrome, it's Aerodrome, but I'm saying it like a southern person. I actually have a cousin named Aaron, and we called him Aaron, and he hated it. Oh, God. All right, so Aerodrome, you are sitting on the 200 moving average, which is healthy, but the problem here is you had your little run up. You broke the 821 on the weekly, but you felled it right back down. And seeing as how we're in the middle of a bear market and we continue to make lower lows and lower highs on the weekly, that's super sketchy. That's a high, that's a lower high, that's a lower high, that's a lower high. Even though it made a higher low right here, be careful, because this can turn around and get really, really ugly and continue to go down farther. As you see, Aerodrome's always kind of caught this same little rhythmic move here and hasn't really done much with it since. But pull fibs on it. Pull the trend line on it like so. Even that way, you're under the trend. If I pull it like this, You go, oh, you're over the trend and you back tested it. That's cool. But it made a new fail point. And that new fail point was falling underneath all those 821 EMAs and those moving averages that I just talked about. And even if you flip it to monthly here, she's stuck under the monthly 8 EMA. I was looking at this one today when I was eating lunch. So it's not that I don't like it. It's just that it's in the middle of a bear market and it's so risky. And it already did a really, really nice move up and then fell back down to the 200. It's still over the 200. That's not terrible, but I'd be very, very careful. Talking like they invented it is crazy, Cleve. I fully understand how that goes, dude. Just whatever. I didn't invent none of this stuff. I just learned it and try to share it with people. Amazingly, no matter how much you try to share with people, people still don't believe you. And they still need to lose to learn. And that brings me to an interesting point. Losing to learn. Everyone was so worried about getting in this IPO with SpaceX. Oh, God, I got to get in. I'm going to make so much money. I'm going to kill it, blah, blah, blah. Price went up. Price went right back down. And price made a new low. And for those people who have been waiting, your money's unlocked, but now you're down. Now you're down. So now you're going to get in the mentality of hodl. Well, I'll just hold it. Hold it long term. Well, how long is long term? You don't really know. You just know you're going to hold on to it. Well, how long are you going to hold on to it for? And when you do decide to sell it, how much of it are you going to sell? You don't know, do you? Exactly. That means you don't have a plan. And there's 4 rules that you should have before you ever invest a single dollar. Rule number 1, no emotions. There are no emotions in this game. Emotions cause you to lose. Emotions are for your family and your sports teams. That's it. Yeah, you see my sports teams. It's a failing experiment, but I'm still here and I know that up front. When you do these stuffs on the charts, no emotions allowed. They will break you and they don't care. All right. Rule number 2, have a plan before you buy. No emotions. Have a plan before you buy. What's your plan? I'm going to buy here. I'm going to hold it for 6 months. Then what are you going to do? Well, I don't know yet. Well, then you don't have a plan. I'm going to buy here. I'm going to hold for 6 months. I'm going to reassess. If things still look good, I may add a little bit more. If it doesn't look as good as I thought it was, I'm going to wait another month. And after that, if it doesn't look good, I might sell this. I might reevaluate my situation and do something else. Now you have a plan. That's what I like to hear. Rule number 3, have a backup plan. What are you going to do when something doesn't go right? Great example. What are you going to do when something doesn't go right? SpaceX didn't go the way you wanted it to. You bought in the IPO at $150. You thought you were going to kill it when this thing went up to $225. Jesus Christ, I'm going to be the richest man on earth. Me and Elon are going to hang out at the cigar bars next week. Hate to break it to you, but
Wrong.
didn't work that way, did it? And now that that's happened, what's your backup plan? Well, you didn't have a backup plan. Your backup plan was just hold on forever. What if this thing never turns around and gets better? Well, it will, Keith. Yeah, that's you thinking it will, but you don't know that for sure. He could walk away tomorrow. He could fall and get hurt tomorrow. He could crack his head on a brick and never live again. He could be in a car accident. His plane could crash. You don't know. And that company revolves around one person. One person. And I know you're going to say that's not true either. Okay, fine. Say whatever you think you need to say. But you don't have a backup plan. My backup plan, I'm always going to set a line where I've said that's enough. If it hits that line, that's enough. I got to walk away. That's my stop loss line. If you don't set a stop loss, you're Caroline Ellison. Look up Caroline Ellison and tell me that's who you want to be. And the last rule, the most important rule, rule number 1, no emotions. Rule number 2, have a plan. Rule number 3, have a backup plan. Rule number 4 is the most important rule of all. Because if you don't do it, you never win. Take your profits. If you don't take your profits, someone else will. That someone is me. How about we win together? And you don't just let me win, you win too. All right? This just in, rich people take profits. No one told you that, but that's how it works. Okay? So you don't take any profits, you never make anything, and you never have anything to show for all your hard work, effort, and mental strain that this will put on you. All right? Rule number 1, no emotions. Rule number 2, have a plan. Rule number 3, have a backup plan. Rule number 4, take your profits. Which brings me to SpaceX. Continued downtrend, hasn't changed much just yet. You did have a green day the other day, which pushed us up into the 8 EMA, but you abruptly touched that 8 EMA, failed and rolled backwards 2 days straight. You're still stuck under the linear 1414 fib here. It hasn't broken loose yet, which means as long as it's underneath that range, it's more likely to stay in that range than it is to break out. And the bottom of that range is roughly $100 at the 1618 fib. Even if I flip this to log mode is under the 1618. As long as it's stuck in this range between the 1618 and the 2 fib, it is bound to test the bottom. It has to break out of this range and get over it, which happens to be about 116. Call it 116 to 118 here, which also happens to be breaking the 8 EMA at 117. So if it can break 117 and hold 117 for 2 candles, then we're cooking with grease. But it hasn't done that yet. Furthermore, you also have other stuff that are a problem here. You're nowhere near your pivot point at S2. You're more likely to head to S3, which is also down there at $102 to $100. Ichimoku Cloud, you're still underneath the conversion line, which is the blue line. You haven't even started the basics of reversing this indicator yet. So more of the same. Bollinger Bands, forget about it. You're just floating around in the nether doing nothing with the Bollinger Bands. They're not squeezed tight yet. And if they're not squeezed tight, then you likely don't have a reversal scenario that'll turn this thing the other direction. Is what it is. Furthermore, your MACD, no real help. It just started. And your RSI, you're still nominal here. You'd have no help from this RSI. You're not oversold. You're not overbought. You're just floating around in the nether, doing a bunch of nothing. And as Cheese just said here, a plan not written down is just a plan to make a plan. Exactly. So how about we do better? We don't just live in the world of, well, I don't know, maybe. How about we develop a plan, remove our emotions, have a backup plan, and then take some profits together. When I see $100, I might make a move here. I haven't seen it yet. I looked up options today, and that hurt my feelings when I saw how expensive the options were. So I may just buy shares because they are crazy expensive right now. I thought shorts would be expensive, and the longs are vastly more expensive. So I was like, I'm not doing that just yet. So there's my thoughts. There's my charts, and I'm sticking to it. So shout out to you guys for watching, bro. Pretty good stream here. That 30 minutes went by fast. Shout out to all you guys showing up and doing your thing. Had about 100 people watch. Cool. For a bear market, I'm not going to complain too much. We'll keep going with these. We'll keep doing them twice a week. As I said, when we approach the bottom, we're going to do a huge stream for hours and hours. Hope you guys are ready. Got a special bottle worked out. We're going to get real jacked up. I'm going to walk out this office like this. And I hope you guys hang out and join me with that one. That'll be really, really fun trying to watch me get up the next day and go to work. We'll see. Hey, is what it is. Nonetheless, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. All right. I say this all the time. I should be dead or in jail. I'm still here, so I'm going to make the most of it. All right. I hope you guys do too. Y'all be good, man. Sky's the limit. I'm out. See y'all next week, man. Peace.